we gonna kill something now? Come on, maybe? Something small. Anything. Huh?
Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, we discovered various things about what's going on in this area. Mazzy told us about the Shade Lord, a strange creature of shadow that is trying to plunge the whole world into darkness. And with that darkness will come ruin and death. We really don't like that. We kind of live in this realm, and we don't want it to be full of unnatural darkness that's trying to kill us. So, we're definitely going to make an effort to defeat this Shade Lord. The problem is, there's a dragon between us and the Shade Lord, and Mazzy couldn't take care of it. Maybe we can take care of it because we've dealt with the dragon before, but this dragon is quite a bit different to Furkrag. There will be a whole different set of challenges ahead of us, including actually getting to the dragon, because there's likely going to be at least one barrier of shadow in the way. We're going to need some very bright gems to deal with them. And we're also going to need to find one more ritual so that we can answer the questions that this stone statue has for us. Hopefully what we seek will be in this room over here. But to get there, we're going to have to go over this lava. Hopefully we won't take any damage, but if we do, it won't be too much because Terry has all that fire resistance stuff. Oh, light, can it be? You come, woman, bearing the bones of a child prophetess Omona. Her defilement is at an end. Explain yourselves. Who are you, spirits? And who is this Omona whose bones you say I possess? Once, long ago, this was a place of darkness and vile creatures that spilled into this world from the blackness. Amunata invaded this place, brought his light to it, and drove away the shadows. The Yellow God set up temples here, and wards to keep the darkness forever at bay. Once, there were priests who shouted his names to the heavens and kept the wards strong. But our Amunata has lost his power over the ages. The Keeper of the Sun is no longer worshipped as he once was, and the wards begin to weaken. Amona was born to our people a child prophetess, the child of light who would fight against the darkness that was once more beginning to spill into these lands. But it was too late. Too late. Amona was overwhelmed by the Shade Lord. We could not protect her as he took her body and threw her bones to his dark wolves. The bones of a child you have brought to us. Her defilement at the hands of the Shade Lord is now ended. Our duty is at an end. Please, Amona, forgive us. Forgive our lapse and let us cross over at last. My bones have been retrieved from the jaws of the Shade Wolves. I am grateful to you. Baldur and Detish have been relieved of their duty and crossed over. I shall join them soon. I pray that you are in this place to strike a blow against the darkness that has engulfed it, a darkness that I had not power enough to defeat when I was among the living. But I have some power. I have power enough to elude the attention of their guardians if necessary, and I can give this to you, a ward stone. Carry it, and the dreaded Shadow Dragon will not notice your passing. Do not attack the beast or otherwise draw its attention, and you shall be safe. Safe enough, at least, to stand against that foul Shade Lord that has spread his hand over my once glorious temple. I will go now, to rejoin my Keeper of the Eternal Sun. I owe my freedom to you, and will always be thankful. Live, my friends. Live long and live well. May the light be forever victorious. And she is gone. We have gained one very important item, and that item is the Shadow Dragon Wardstone. This wardstone is a virtual area of darkness, and seems to suck the very light from space around it. The shape of the stone is hard to discern, cloaked in shadow as it is. If you decide to do this quest at a very low level, this is your way to get past the dragon without combat. Provided you don't instigate combat or talk to the Shadow Dragon, the ward will protect you from being noticed. at least for a while. And we're certainly going to be using that ward to our advantage, because we don't want to fight the dragon right now. We'd much rather fight the dragon on our own terms. As for this area, there is something that we can loot, but that will involve getting the rest of the party here, and some of them may take a little bit of damage. You took some damage, and that's pretty much it, and you only took 2 points. You really should have taken a lot more damage from walking over lava, but never mind. I'll take a minor modicum of damage,
Very good.
and then we'll see if there are any traps here. And the answer is no, no traps at all. And it's not even locked. In here is a pile of bullets and a Pierce Magic Scroll.
Yes.
We have one of those scrolls already, but we could always do with getting another. Now, this is a spell we already know, that is a spell we don't know, and we might as well get that identified while it's in my inventory. As for these, you can see what these are. These are Sunstone Bullets, +1. Magical currents are embedded inside this bullet so that it seems a little more balanced and lighter as it jumps towards an opponent. When the bullet strikes an opponent, it explodes in a flash of fire. They are +1 bullets, and they also deal 2 fire damage upon damage, which is pretty good. Now let's sort out all the other stuff that we have in our inventory that really needs identifying. Like these darts of wounding here that will go into that pile, these bolts of lightning that you can hold on to, and these arrows of ice that you can hold on to. As for them, they can go there, that can go there. We're just going to hand some things over to you so that they can go in this bag. And we might as well figure out what this is. This is a Wand of Lightning. A very useful thing indeed. We might have you hold on to that. We have a lot of minor esoteric magical items, and that's no bad thing. It means that we can get even more money when we're done in this dungeon. We could always do with more money. We only have just shy of 120,000. We could pay for the information for Emowyn's location 10 times over. Now, anything else that we want to? You're holding on to them. You can put that there. We'll keep the Wand of Lightning in your inventory. That can go over to your bag there. And there are quite a few things that we could certainly do with passing over to various people. Like that dagger. We really haven't used that dagger at all. There we go. And you know that or can't learn it.
Go bother someone else.
I'm afraid we can't, Edwin. You're the only arcane spellcaster that we have. So we're going to have to talk to you every time we have something that needs learning. Now there is another one of those barriers of shadow. And if memory serves, there is going to be combat over here that we have to take care of. So let us save and get ready for it. There we go. We'll get a haste spell ready. And we'll also get a few more things ready. There's one casting, and we'll get a bless going as well. And then this, and this, and then we'll get this encounter going. Round the corner is a skeleton warrior, a bone golem, a greater mummy, and another skeleton warrior. They will eventually make their way over here. One of them is an archer. Now let us have at thee, and see how quickly we can take care of these skeleton warriors. The answer is extremely quickly. They're gone. Now we'll get rid of the bone golem, because the bone golem is the most deadly of these foes. Then the mummy. The mummy's going to be a little bit more tricky, plus the mummy can give us a disease. We do not want to get mummy rot. And so you're gone. And finally, the archer. And you're gone. Marvellous. We get 1 garnet gem and 1 black opal, as well as 1 two-handed sword +1. Eventually our lore will be high enough that we'll actually be able to figure out what that is without passing it over to Edwin. As for right now, we're going to have to rely on Edwin. And that's pretty much it.
Yes, a bit.
Let us get some healing done. because there's a puzzle ahead, and it's a tricky one if you haven't been paying attention to where you are. As you approach the letter-tiled floor, a voice intones, "Only the name of the Master shall keep thee from the power of basically doom." What you need to do is you need to spell the name of the deity that this temple was dedicated to, and that is Amanata. Now, if you want to spell that without stepping on any of the tiles that's going to get you into trouble, you need to go A, M, A, U, N, A, T, O, R. And that brings you to here. Now, we're going to get everybody to go over here one at a time, because we could use the entire party being on this side of the puzzle. You never know when there might be combat that we have to take care of. Knowing this game, actually, we're likely going to find combat on the other side. And if you think that we're going to have to go over this backwards, we are going to have to go over this backwards. So, I hope you remember the route that you took. If you're curious, you end up spelling a quite interesting name if you decide to go through this backwards. You get Rotan Uama, which is R-O-T-A-N-U-A-M-A. R-O-T-A-N-U-A-M-A. It's not that difficult to remember. It's not a very winding path through this puzzle. I've seen this puzzle in many a game, and in many a TV show too. I think Nightmare had something quite similar at one point. I can't remember exactly, but I do remember that Nightmare was extremely difficult. Many a D&D party would succumb to the puzzles in Nightmare. Especially the riddles. The riddles were really tricky. Now that we're over here, we're going to save again. And then we're going to search for traps, because there might be some here. None that I can see so far, but there is a door. And there is a place over here. Now, there's probably going to be a trap around here somewhere. And that's why Hexat is moving into the room first. Because someone might eventually figure out through blind luck how to get through this, although I don't want to think about the exact probability of that being so. There isn't a trap here. I'd definitely put a trap here if I was a DM. But this is effectively the trap, so
Yes.
I think we're okay. Also, let us get another one of these going, because your stone skin ran out. I think we're pretty safe here. This statue depicts a woman whose eyes blaze with light. She appears to be waiting for something to be placed in her arms. Oh, are you? There are lots of things in your arms. There's a sun gem, we want one of those. There are some spells like Disintegrate and Protection from Magical Weapons. Now those are some really good scrolls, and we definitely want you to grab these. There's also a magical sling, there is a selection of those bullets, and there is the final one of these rituals, the Dusk Ritual. Know, my children, that when the sun at last moves on and the foul darkness engulfs the land, thou must offer the ritual that is pleasing to mine eyes and ears. Do this, that I shall allow the sun to rise again. Malign the ritual, if thou would live forever in darkness. Perform it only as I have written. 1. Recite the tenets of the faith. They shall give you strength until I come again. 2. Hold high your children, that they may longer see the sun before it slips beyond this realm. The sun shall give them courage against the fears of the night. The third part of the ritual has been torn away. Perhaps you could deduce the action required from the morning and noon rituals. That we can. With all three of these, we can logically decide which other steps are needed in the gaps in the other rituals, because I believe there are only 3 choices for each, and I don't know why I put that in there. We really want to actually hold on to that, so they're all going to come out here, and we're going to get all of them out. You have to select ammunition individually. You can have them there, this can go into there, and while I'm thinking about it, that can go into there as well. Now, we need more parts of the Dawn's Light symbol, I imagine. This looks like a third. We're going to need more thirds.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
Now, let's go over here and note that there is a door. A closed door.
Impressive.
And another barrier that we're going to have to get rid of. We have one sun gem, and I'm wary of using a gem here when we can just go around. There's nothing there, and this is not locked. Let's open it.
You want.
Merciful beings of light, I offer you a simple exchange. Information on what you seek in exchange for my freedom. Why should I trust you? I was a minion of the Shade Lord. You seek to destroy him, do you not? I can help you do it if you only free me from this place. Hands up who thinks this is suspicious and that we shouldn't go ahead with this deal. I've got my hand up. Everybody else should too. This is all manner of do not do this. But I think we can take on a single shadow if it decides to turn on us. Very well. I shall help you. Thank you. You will not be disappointed. I shall ride within your shadow. Take me across the tiles, and I will tell you what I know. We could ask for the information first. That would actually be something that Terry would do. If we guide the shadow over, it's quite likely the shadow isn't going to keep its word. Then again, the shadow may think we're not going to keep our word, but we're going to do it this way anyway. No. First, tell me what you know. If the information is sound, I will then take you across. Untrusting human. There is a chapel next to these cells. I took a key from there and hid it in this cell. You will need it to reach the Master's lair. Now please, take me across. Okay, you gave me information. I will help you. Let us go. And so, the shadow is going with us, and there is something here. There is another third of the symbol. Now we need to get back across. And if you remember, we need to go R-O-T-A-N-U-A-M-A. And there we are. Fool, you think I would let you live? No. But I'm not going to let you live either, because you are just a shadow. And we can deal with shadows. There's 36 damage, there's 20 damage, there's 18 damage. You are gone. You should have taken the offer of freedom, but you were a fool. Now we're going to get everyone back over here,
I am you.
and we don't want to start at G or D. I really don't want to even show off what happens when you trigger this trap. If memory serves, it's something really nasty like a flame strike. And that's quite dangerous. The only person that could really survive that in a prolonged manner is Terry.
Hideous monkey work.
Now let's go over here and get Edwin back across. And then it's just Hexat. Be careful, I don't want Edwin to go round Corgan and then accidentally step on one of the letters. That would be pretty terrible. So, R-O-T. Oh, careful, nearly stepped on you there. That would have been really bad. And there we go. We are across. And now we can continue this way. And double check that there's nothing that we missed, which we haven't, and that's good. Now let's go over here and see that there is another one of those shadow barriers. Now we can get rid of that because we have one sun gem, and we're going to want to make progress. This is pretty much the only way forward. And we'll be opening that up next time. For when we come back, folks, we're actually nearly done with this floor of the temple. And this temple is not actually that big beyond this floor. There's a small area with the dragon, and then we're pretty much done. That then means we'll have to fight the Shade Lord, and that is something that I'm not looking forward to. If memory serves, the Shade Lord is quite tricky, but then again the dragon is also really tricky.
Something now.
We already just killed a shadow, Lillicor, but I suppose that's only one opponent. You're never happy with just one. You want 1,000, and then another 1,000, and then more. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, let's have a conversation.
So, are we gonna kill something now?
What's your status, Sword?
What's my status? Well, since when do you care about me unless I'm impaled in something's guts? Oh, well, fine. Let me think for a minute.
It's okay, we can wait.
I think you need to take better care of me. I got more chips than a blind beaver. I look like a second-rate pig poker.
We'll get you a bit of a tune-up when we get back to Athkatla. How about that? I'll take you to a blacksmith's, and then we can work out all of those chips and you'll be good as new. You probably prefer to be killing something. Yes, you would. And so, when we come back, folks, going through this and making our way to the rest of the temple.
Could my opinion of this group
And so,
drop any
I'll catch you
lower?
next time, folks,
Evidently
and I'll
so.
see you then. Later.